Review time for the Pimax Crystal Lite. We're going to get in the rig shortly and we're going to run it through a few games. Man, I've got an absolute awesome lineup to show everyone. However, before we get into that, I want to talk about the elephant in the room, and that is comfort. Lots of people have had comfort issues with lots of headsets over the years, and this is by no means a point at Pimax. I have had, I think I've had over a dozen VR headsets over the years, and I have modified every single one of them. Every single headset I bought has had something that's needed to be changed, adjusted. It's just the way I am. Unless you're lucky and you've got a specific head shape that fits that particular model headset, you're probably going to have to modify it. My current daily driver is my Quest 3, and I mean, this thing is so modified, man, it's out of control. Let's face it, when the Quest 3 first came out, that strap was absolutely shocking. I mean, that just goes straight in the bin. You have to modify this headset for a good time. I've got Velcro around here. I've got Velcro at the back. I'm running a little protective cover on the front. It's the Bobo VR head unit with, multi-swap out battery packs. It's just what you do, right? So if you're going to get the Pimax Crystal, the Pimax Crystal Lite, or any of those headsets, it's not a deal breaker. Just be prepared that you might need to modify it. And here's the fundamental problem, I think, with the Pimax Crystal and the Pimax Crystal Lite and the 8KX and the 8K is they've actually made a headset that I guess is as universal as it can be. Lots of people with some of the headsets like the HP Reverb G2, the biggest complaint there was the headset was too narrow. So I feel like these manufacturers are damned if they do, they're damned if they don't. I actually think you're better off making a headset that's got a wider gasket because you can always bring it in, but it's really damn hard to widen it if it's too narrow. I think what might be beneficial potentially is to include in kits some modification Velcro to be able to expand or reduce. However, that increases cost. At the end of the day, not everyone's going to need it, so then that's rubbish going in the bin. If you've got a 3D printer, or if you have internet, you can very easily get onto the web, Google for a brand called Studio Form, and they have got a plethora of mods for all sorts of different headsets. And I've actually ordered a package from them, which is the full kit, which comes with the cross strap. It comes with Velcro packing to pack out the sides, but I've also jumped on the 3D printer, printed off a file, and I'll put all of that stuff in the description for everyone so you know where to go and get this stuff. Man, this was like literally a 1 hour print or a 40-minute print, and it's 2 wedges that pack in either side, put a bit of sticky Velcro on them, and hey presto, the headset fits me like a glove. It's immediately fixed any HMD droop that I was getting, which can then correlate with the lenses not quite lining up properly. And I cannot stress it enough, this modification to the headset for me is an absolute game changer, and it takes the Pimax Crystal from being a really good headset to being something epic that fits me really well. I can move my head around, I can look down in the cockpit, and the headset stays perfectly in position, and comfort-wise, I can game in it for hours. Anyway, here's the thing. The Pimax headset, if I measure my temple with these verniers, so let's measure temple width, and I'm sitting at about, there we go, I'm sitting at about 114 millimeters. And the biggest problem there is the Pimax Crystal Lite, and all of the Pimax headsets that I've had to date have got pretty much the same face gasket and width, is the measurement between that point there, and even up at this point here and there, is pretty much bang on 155 centimeters. So the width of my forehead and my temple is about 114, my forehead is about 124, and then we're dealing with a width here of 155. You're going to get light bleed, there's no getting around it. Plus, where the foam here is, if that's not sitting on your cheeks properly, you're going to get HMD, the headset is going to droop forward, and then spheric lenses, Fresnel lenses, pancake lenses, it doesn't matter. You're not looking optically through the lens properly, and it gets uncomfortable and you're constantly readjusting it. Yes, you can adjust it with the back strap here, but if it's not fitting your face shape properly, you're going to get movement, and that's where distortion comes in, that's where all the other problems come in with it. So be prepared. If you're buying a headset like this, you might need to modify it. Anyway, let's get this thing on the bench. Let me show you what I got from Studio Form in case you're not aware of that brand. I'll show you the 3D print wedges that I've got, and then, oh baby, we are diving into the rig, and man, have I got a show for us today. Right, back on the bench. Now, let's get some measurements happening so we can see what we're dealing with. Here's my ruler, and we'll actually just run that across the width there, and you can see it's about 155. Now, it does come with the thicker face gasket, but even once you put that in, I find that's really only reducing it for me down to about, say, 150. It's not a lot. So, these are the wedges that I spoke about. I 3D printed those and they took no time at all to come off. I did need to heat treat them a bit and bend them, and then a little bit of this adhesive Velcro, and you're good to go. So got two of those for either side, and let's have a look what they look like. So if we just pop the foam out here, we just keep that to the side, and yep, that's the correct one there. That just pops in like that, and it is that simple. How easy is that? Man, this is just, it's crazy how good this is. Oh, I love it. Right, do the other side. We'll just pop that out. There we go, we'll just keep that out of the way. Then that one just very easily pops in there. I mean, look at this. It is that simple, honestly. If you've got a 3D printer, bang it out. If you don't, you might even want to get someone to print it for you. I actually prefer these little 3D prints over the Velcro I'm going to show you in a minute. It's just cleaner, and I like the look of it. Now look at that. You can already see that that has closed that width up really nicely, and that just fits perfectly. Once that's in there, you get no light bleed. The light bleed is completely gone from the headset. I can't believe how good it is. I'll show you from the top as well. You can actually see there the little wedges. It works absolutely perfectly. Okay, so let's get a measurement. Let's get a measurement on that now. And if we jump to there, we are dealing with, look at that, we're dealing with just under 130. Okay, and so what did we say my forehead width was? 124. So once I get fully wedged in there, of course my verniers can't go that deep on my face. And if we go up to my temple, so temple there is about, yeah, about 125. So the whole headset itself is just fitting me so much better. And because of that wedge down in that section there, it's actually raised the cheek foam off that gasket slightly, and that's what I find is helping me with that head-mounted display droop. It's just not drooping at all, and this is fitting me perfectly. So there's those wedges. Right, now let's actually have a look at the Studio Form, and we'll get all that stuff fitted up as well. So we'll dive into the box, little pamphlets and bits and pieces. I think this is the head strap, and it is. Okay, so that's the overhead strap. And here's the bits of foam and stuff that they give you. So this is a replacement foam piece for the back there, and it's made of a t-shirt style material. So I don't know if it's cotton or polyester or something, but it feels really soft. I really like that, and that would be easily washable. It's certainly not as dense as the Pimax foam, so that is slightly denser. And look, I actually don't have a problem with this rear piece here, so I'm actually not going to swap that out. I purely got this for the kit to show you. I don't get too sweaty in the rig. I've got an air conditioner running, so I don't feel a need to swap it out with the Pimax one. That piece of foam there for me is working good. So we'll plonk that there. Okay, what have we got in here? They just look like some little pieces of Velcro. So that's obviously some kind of a Velcro kit. I'm not exactly sure what those pieces are for. Let's have a quick look. Nothing in there. That was useless. Velcro kit. Doesn't really say what for. Maybe we got more instructions. Here we go. I'm terrible with instructions, being a bloke. That's cutting those bits there. No, nothing. They're out. Okay, so these pieces here, I know I kind of dived ahead of myself and just started, you know, ransacking the box, but that's what I do. Okay, that's the rest of it. Nice little thank you card. Anyway, get that out of there, get that out of there, get that out of there. Let's go back to the instructions. Right, what do we got? I'm not really seeing much for what those other pieces are for. Gosh, what could they be for? I really don't know, to be honest. So if anyone knows, please put in the comments what that's for, because I've just got no idea. Anyway, let's move on from that. Here's the face gasket that this comes with. Now, I do like this. From a comfort perspective, this is a really, really comfortable piece of foam. It's got that same t-shirt material. It's really well made. I really like how that's finished. You could very easily wash that, and it's like a memory foam. It just feels super comfortable and nice and cool to the touch. And then these are the Velcro wedge packs. So basically what this comes with is these pieces here, they're going to act very much like the wedge that I've got in there, except it's Velcro. And they do show you just to cut it, and basically you're creating it so that it steps and tapers down so that you can actually get that gasket to fit. Now, this is going to give you way more customization than what I've done here with the 3D printed wedges, but in essence, you're going to be able to fully modify the headset to get it super comfortable. I highly recommend getting one of these kits if you don't have a 3D printer and you want to be able to get the headset modified. I do like running this particular face gasket, but for the video, we're just going to get started, and we're actually going to chuck this head strap on, because this here, and the wedges, whether it's Velcro, whether it's 3D printed, they are the two most important components from this kit. Now, you can buy these pieces individually. I just bought the whole kit so I could show everyone. So now if we just put that down, and then this actually goes like this and like this. It actually just comes up and around on itself. On there. On there, we might need to make some small adjustments. Yeah, okay. That there, that there. And that is about right. That is looking about right. Just going to adjust the head strap here. I know roughly where my head is in relation to that strap and how this whole thing sits. And let's get that on my head and see what we think. But in essence, there you go. You've got it. That is going to give you the ultimate comfort out of this headset, and it is going to vastly improve your experience with the Pimax Crystal, Pimax Crystal Lite, 8KX, 8K, any of the Pimax headsets. If you've got that face shape issue, this is the way to go. Okay, Pimax Crystal Lite time. And I know it's not doing the Pimax justice in regards to how well it can perform, because the frame rate's going to suffer, but it would be wrong of me to not get in the rig with the Pimax Crystal Lite and get into Mechwarrior 5 in VR with the UE VR mod and take this baby for a ride. And here we are in the hangar, and I've got to be honest, this is the clearest, cleanest, crispest I have ever seen this game compared to my Quest 3. Now, I'm running a pretty beefy PC. I've got a 4090, I've got a ton of RAM, I've got a 10900K that's pushing 5 gigahertz. It's pumping. It's a good PC. And I've got Wi-Fi 6, so I'm able to push that Quest 3 to its maximum with the virtual desktop software and 10-bit codec. But I've got to be honest, this looks absolutely stunning. Okay, here we are, everyone. We are in the Pimax Crystal Lite in the rig. Oh baby, we are in Mechwarrior, and man, I cannot wait. We are running the Jugger Mech. It's the JM6FB. This puppy is an absolute weapon. We're fully kitted out. We're on a huge map. I've cranked up some of the graphics. Now, I know some of you want to see... Oopsie. I know some of you want to see the frames. So, look, I know what you're thinking. And it's not doing the Crystal justice, because this is a modded game. It's never going to run as well as a native game. And look, at the end of the day, this is clean. I'm feeling smooth in the headset, and I'm okay with it. I do have my VR legs, but come on, you know, we're not here to bake cupcakes. We're serious VR gamers. I'm okay with that frame rate because I'm sitting in a cockpit. If I was running around playing a first-person shooter on foot and moving and standing up, I wouldn't be happy with that. Being in a cockpit like this, it's not as distracting. So I'm just going to get the controller out of the way, and we're going to talk about the visuals. It is crispy clean. This looks so good. Let's not forget we've got local dimming, and you can tune that. I'm actually running it on
I'm not running it on the blackest that you can have it. I still like a little bit of light with the colours, but it is just looking absolutely beautiful at the moment. I'm really happy with what we've got. It's looking really good, and let's get some mech action happening. Okay, we're moving out. For those of you that wanted me to, I've actually got my pedals for torso rotation now, and I've cranked up the motion a little bit. Oh, okay, what are we looking for? All right, got to keep our eyes out here. Headset is fitting really, really good. I'm happy with the way that's on my face. I can look down, I can look around, it's not moving. The head strap setup is absolutely the way to go. And yeah, absolutely no complaints there. Oh man, this game never gets old. All right, I reckon I've got to be the only person on YouTube who is actually reviewing the Pimax Crystal in a mech. Let's get a like and a thumbs up for that. All right, we're going to run some other games. This isn't the only one. We are going to get into Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. That's kind of the the standard flair for the headset. I mean, this headset really is targeted at your simmers, and that is really where it shines. You know, look, if you need an all-in-one headset, copy that, and you don't have the money, then, and you don't have the money to have two headsets, and you want something that's kind of going to do a bit of all of it, then look, this will be able to play first-person shooters and that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, if you can, there's nothing like having a dual-purpose headset. And definitely the Quest 3 for me is for your stand-up gaming. But when it comes to simming, right now, this is where it's at. There's no getting around it. You can see I've got a bit of cable management going on just here, and that just gets the cable up out of the way. I also like to have a little bit of Velcro just at the back of the head strap here, just to get that cable management going, and then it's pulling it centrally rather than sort of dangling around the back there. But you can do some things to get this headset working really good in a sim rig. And look, I know I've got a beefy PC and I can run that Quest 3 at its maximum, but I've got to confess, I can now see the artifacts from playing with the Quest 3 in this game and all the other games compared to now using the Pimax Crystal Lite. I have got no compression. I am pushing this puppy hard and it looks absolutely beautiful. All right, I'm seeing some missiles getting fired out there. Let's see what we're dealing with. Don't know what any of that stuff's about. Keep our eyes peeled, people. Get out of my way, trees. Don't have time for trees. Whoa! Right, moving in. Comfort, I could play with this headset all day long now. Modded, no light bleed, sitting on my face. Holy snapping duck shit. All right, okay, we got a lock. Whoa, came straight into me. Reverse her up, baby. Come on. Wow, straight into me. Man, colours are just awesome. I mean, you know, I'm comparing this to the Quest 3, I guess, just because it's the headset that I'm running as a daily driver. Colours are good in that, but colours in this, because of the local dimming, oh wow, that actually looked, I mean, I guess it is, but the sparks, I'm trying to reach out again, the sparks that came out of there actually felt like I was, oh my God, they felt like they were in the cockpit with me. I guess they are. All right, what are we looking for? Oh, damn! I didn't even see that there. Man. Okay, looks like we've got to take these. We've got to take these Sentinel towers or whatever they are out. Oh, damn! I didn't see that. No more towers. Man. Oh, vicious. Okay, now I'm not running the DMAS speakers just yet. Oh, that's a tank there. I didn't even see it. Oh. Okay. Whew. Oh man, I've taken some damage. I think I've done most of the damage to myself. I know, I'm probably embarrassing the mech community, but I'm sorry guys, I am getting better. All right. What do we got? Okay, I think we've got to get up in through this section here. Man, this looks amazing. Wow, coming through this cave tunnel sort of thing. Okay, yeah, we got enemies for sure here. Okay, what are we dealing with? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, okay, we got a target there for sure. Let's see if we can sneaky. Oh, popped him. Okay, let's go. Yeah, honestly, frame rate, it's playing good. I know I'm only sitting at about 50 frames. I've tweaked the settings a bit, but it's not too bad. It's actually not too bad. Oh, you're toast. Oh, we're getting shot from somewhere else. All right, we're moving out. Here we go. Picking up some pace now. Okay, I think they're inside there. Whoa, bit rough going over those rocks. Oh, where the heck is that coming from? I reckon they're up in there. Okay, we're going in. We're going into the compound. Blow these walls out. Oh man, that big cannon thing. Okay, now I know what we're dealing with. Okay. Can we actually blow that up? Yeah, we can. Wow. I think that's it. Yeah, that is done. Oh, okay. Drop ship. Oh, damn, that was rough. Oh, okay, drop ship.
Target acquired.
Okay, dropship is out of there. Beautiful. Okay, we've got some sparks coming from the dash. Woo! Yeah, Pimax Crystal for modded games right now, not a problem. Frame rate is perfectly acceptable. Visually, it looks absolutely stunning. Blacks are black, the colors really pop. Man, the smoke and the sparks coming out of the console just there, they look really, really good. And visually, I mean, there's no getting around it. I'm running by DisplayPort. I've not got any compression. It's looking absolutely beautiful. This really, really is looking good. Very, very happy with how this is looking. We're going to do, well, depending on how long I've got the headset for, we're going to do more testing in Mechwarrior. We're going to do more testing in Microsoft Flight Simulator, DCS. I'm even going to try and do Cyberpunk. I'm even going to try and get Star Citizen going through it. And look, I know that that's really going to push this headset because those games aren't optimized. DCS and Microsoft Flight Simulator, I'm expecting will run very well. But Star Citizen and of course Mechwarrior, you know, they're modded for VR at the moment and they're going to struggle a bit. Oh, okay, there he is. Boom! Blew the top of him. Oh, that was killer. Oh man, that is good. That is good. What is that red glowing thing? Oh, it must have just been something melting into the ground. Yeah, I'm loving this. This is really good. Really, really good. So yeah, cranking around. Let's have another quick cheeky look at where we were at with the oh, jeez. Yeah, so there you can see we're getting about, you know, 40 odd frames and it's perfectly acceptable. Oh my god, we're being shot by something. Playing in this, it's perfectly fine. Okay, come on, swing around. Oh, there we go. Controls are back. Where did he go? Oh, damn. take a hit from this dude. Oh man, we got a mech. Okay, that's what we're dealing with. Oh, we're going down. All right, let's straighten it back up. Whew, still getting used to using the rudder pedals. It's tricky, I gotta say. Takes a bit of getting used to. Here he is, here he is, here he is. Oh, holy shit! Okay, that's us. We've been killed. All right, the quintessential start point, Microsoft Flight Simulator. We've got the Pimax Crystal Light. It's all dialed in. We're looking pretty, and we are about to take off from Trent Palmer's place, the quintessential start point in Microsoft Flight Simulator for me. We're in the Kitfox Stage 2. It's turboed, and let's get this puppy in the air and see what we're dealing with. So we'll just make sure pedals are working. Okay, flaps are good. All right, we'll go half flaps, and everything is good to go. All right, and she is started. Park brake is off. Man, it is looking good in the Pimax Crystal Light. I have got to say, I can get it in the air without killing us. Okay, flaps up. It's always a little bit rocky and bumpy here. I'd love Trent to chime in one day if ever he sees this channel and let us know his thoughts. But look at that, look at shadows. So we got really deep blacks. It's of course going to be hard to be able to demonstrate that through a screen capture, but rest assured, the blacks are black, the colors pop, the shadows on the dash just look excellent. The buttons have got a real deep black to them, and everything is so damn sharp. The trees, the terrain, everything just looks whoa, that was bumpy. Everything just looks so good. We'll just back the throttle off there a little bit. Bit of airspeed going on there. And, oh my gosh. I don't know how reflective it's going to be, but the shadow that I'm seeing on the prop from the sun being behind us, this time of day taking off from Trent's place in Microsoft Flight Simulator is awesome. The shadows are beautiful. The lighting is just excellent. We'll just banker around and we'll see what kind of a shadow change we get in the cockpit, but just focusing on the dash so you can really see the transition of shadows and colors, and man, it just looks incredible. Now, look, something I need to mention, I've had a lot of problems trying to get OBS to record. I know there's a plugin for OpenXR. I am not running OpenXR at the moment for the pure fact of simplicity. Oh, hang on, look at the fingerprints on the dash. Wow, the sun glare, it is really beautiful. Local dimming is a game changer. I didn't realize how much I was missing out, and look, it's not just one thing to be getting the Pimax Crystal Light for resolution. Do not forget local dimming. I cannot explain to you how good this looks. Wow. I'm adding Elite Dangerous to the list, of course. We want to see what space looks like. That's a native VR game, at least for 90% of it, apart from being on foot. But that'd be a damn shame and a miss of me not to try that out. But this is just looking great. Anyway, back to OBS. So, look, lots of jank. For simplicity, I'm recording using Steam VR, but that does take a frame hit, and there's just no getting around it, unfortunately. But it's still buttery smooth. So, you know, I'm zapping a few frames through OBS. I'm zapping a few frames because we're flying in. We're flying using Steam VR. But rest assured, I think I'm sitting at about 60 frames in Steam VR. I've got the Pimax set to its highest settings. I'm not overdriving super sampling. I've got Steam super sampling of 1. I've got Pimax super sampling basically at its highest setting, which is 1. I'm not overdriving it. I've got fixed foveated rendering on, and it's for performance, and I'm getting about 60 frames, which is purely raw frames to the headset. I'm not doing any type of frame rate projection or anything like that, and it is buttery smooth. If I run it with OpenXR, I'm hitting about 70 frames and all day long, and it's just beautiful. And anyone in Microsoft Flight Simulator knows that is more than enough. I think 50 frames and you're going to be golden. So yeah, Pimax Crystal. Yes, I'm running a 4090. I've got a big chunk of RAM. I have got a 10900K. So you're going to want a beefy PC to get the maximum out of this headset. But let's not forget, you've got enough settings at your disposal that you could actually wind those settings down, and then you've got a headset that's future-proof for when you do finally get an upgrade happening and you can drive the headset hard enough. But honestly, right now with the 4090, I am well impressed. Visuals are just stunning. I mean, look at the shadows coming out over this range here. Man, we got some turbulence through here. Even the metal on top of the, I'm trying to touch it, the metal on top of the stick, so you push the torque, it's shimmering. Just looks beautiful, man. Now, I'm actually going to just get down into this valley a bit and then swing around so we can get the sun coming through the back onto the dash. Again, this time of day is just excellent to really demonstrate the colours. Whoa, a bit of turbulence kick there. Man. Oh, local dimming though. I think local dimming is what's blowing my head off the most. I mean, the resolution is, pardon the pun, it is crystal clear, and it is damn sharp. It's the sharpest I've ever seen. Obviously, I've tried the Pimax Crystal, and it's equally as sharp as that. So there's certainly no downgrades. But look at the reflections on the dash. Just make sure we clear this range here so we don't crash into it. But it is just beautiful, man. Absolutely stunning. I'll see if I can get a shadow going of the Kid Fox on the ground, because the shadow's probably what's blown me away the most, because it is so damn sharp. It's wild. Look at the dirt on the carpet. Man, I can see the stitching in the bag and everything. It's just spectacular. Yeah, this is a great time of day to have taken off, because the shadows contrasting on the dash, it just looks amazing. The little red lamps there, just really contrasting against those blacks. The colors really pop. I think local dimming is equally as important as resolution once we're getting into this scale. If you've got a powerful PC, bit of a weird light pop there from the sort of the sun reflection, but you can see now the lighting, the blacks are black. The light that I'm seeing on the dash is really illuminated well. I don't know how well it's going to come through. When I review the video, I'll let you know if what you're seeing from the screen recording is equal to what I'm seeing, and that'll be really interesting to try and be able to reflect. But right now, the shadows that I'm seeing, the lighting, it's just amazing, man. And obviously, I think in this day and age, to have a headset that's got really powerful but really sharp optics so that you can see clarity, combine that with the local dimming, man, it is a winner. Damn, look at the I can just read the text on the tires perfectly. It's really interesting that the Quest 3 with a powerful PC through virtual desktop is an excellent headset. It is excellent. But the Pimax Crystal in that same environment is a level again. It's the colors really pop, and the colors supersede the Quest 3 hands down. With local dimming, it is just a clear winner, is the Pimax Crystal Light. And the resolution, I really get it now. It's so weird. It's almost like, don't try a Pimax Crystal headset, because if you do, your Quest 3 is just not going to cut it for flight simulators, and certainly for Mechwarrior that I tried earlier. It's just not. Once you've tried the Pimax Crystal or the Pimax Crystal Lite, the resolution that I'm seeing is just where you want it to be. It really is just crystal sharp. And I think it's the fact that, you know, would the Quest 3 be equal to or very close to if it had a display port? I reckon it might, to be honest. But the artifacting, I really can see what people talk about with the artifacts now. It's really minimal, but it's just enough. And that extra edge of sharpness, man, it is just amazing. Absolutely amazing what I'm seeing. Incredible. Man, I could fly in this all day long. And again, comfort, beautiful. And what I've actually done for this one is I've chucked the DMAS speakers on, and the audio is excellent. The off-ear, the clarity of it is beautiful. The standard headphones that you get, really it's just feeding sound into a little pipe that's, you know, a plastic pipe feeding it down to your ears. But with these DMAS speakers, I highly recommend that if you're ordering the headset, get these as well. If you're someone who just wants to use your own headphones over ear, don't bother, save the money, just get the standard ones and pull them off, and they come off real easy. Couple of screws, pop them off, it's nice and clean. But if you're someone who wants a total solution and you want the audio to be good, you've got to get these DMAS. These are excellent. Man, absolutely beautiful.
All right, this is going to be a demonstration of the local dimming, and I've got the time set at pretty much midnight, and we're going to basically switch through the different modes. So at the moment, local dimming is off, and we are going to switch it to balanced. So here's highlight. Now we're going to go extreme. This is the most extreme setting you can get for the local dimming. And now we'll go from extreme to off, and you'll see the massive difference, how washed out the sky is. So we're going from extreme to off, and now back to extreme, and then off. What a massive difference that makes to the cockpit, especially at night when you're flying. It is incredible how grey and washed out the sky looks when you turn it off. You do get used to it over time with, you know, sort of cheaper, more basic headsets, but once you've tried local dimming, I think it's really hard to go back. This is a setting that has really blown me away. Now let's actually change the time, and we'll actually get it to probably around later in the afternoon, because where we're parked at the moment at Trent's place, the shadowing is quite good. So we'll get some pretty good shadows onto the cockpit here, and just have a look at this as we change it. So at the moment, local dimming is off, and now we're going to go all the way to extreme and then off again. And just take notice of cockpit dash where the shadows are, the buttons, the switches. Just watch how much they darken up when we go to extreme. So at the moment it's off, and now we're going to go local dimming extreme. Now we'll go highlight, which is the second, and then the first option is balanced, and then off. So you can really see the difference local dimming makes. It doesn't seem as extreme until you actually see it. And once you've had local dimming, it's really hard to go back. The blacks become grey and washed out, and nighttime just never really feels dark or night. So hopefully that's given you a good test. Sorry about the resolution of the video. Running a pretty wide angle lens at the moment, so it's hard to get right into the lens and get a good shot. But if I start doing a few more of these, I might get a better lens for more macro to get into that lens. I thought we'd get the headsets onto the scales, and when I say headsets, I'm going to compare this with my Quest 3. At the end of the day, that's my daily driver at the moment. I think it's only fair to be reviewing the Pimax Crystal Lite from my perspective as a modded headset, but also weighing it as a stock headset for those of you where the headset is going to fit straight out of the box. You don't have any light bleed, you don't have any comfort issues, and you're good to go. But let's chuck the Pimax headset on, which is modded, We'll just zero that out. And I do have my cable management strung up. And the main reason for having the cable management strung up is, well, again, I feel like that's how you're going to be running it. And it's only fair to be weighing this with the cable attached, the speakers and everything that I have connected to it. So there you go, fully modded with the DMAS speakers. We're at 1033 well, just over 1 kilo. So not a lot in my book, especially when it's balanced so well with the overhead strap, and the face gasket is fitting perfectly. So that's the Pimax Crystal Light modded. And now we've got the Quest 3 fully modded. We've got a battery pack on the back, and we're coming in at 920. So we're just, what are we talking? 100 grams difference between the modded Pimax Crystal Light and the modded Quest 3 with the Bobo battery pack on the back. And now we're going to try the Pimax Crystal Light without any mods to it. Standard gaskets, standard foam, and the standard speakers that it comes with without the DMAS speakers. Let's get that zeroed in. We are also running the cable management, and there we go, that's coming in at 842. So again, not a lot of difference between it, and you're only talking, you know, a few 100 grams to mod the headset. It's not a lot of weight, and considering what it does to balance it out, it actually, in my book, actually makes the headset feel lighter. But there you go, that's comparing the Quest 3 fully modded with a battery pack on the back, the Pimax Crystal Light in its stock vanilla format, and then the Pimax Crystal Light modded for comfort and for your light bleed on the face. FOV test time. We've got 2 headsets to spin up. I'm running the Quest 3 as my daily driver, so that's going to be the best benchmark that we can use. If you have a Quest 3 or friends have a Quest 3 and you know what that feels like and can test the FOV for yourself, I've got an IPD of 61, so if you get about the same FOV test that I'm getting, you know that what tests I get for the Pimax Crystal Light will probably be pretty similar. There's lots of variables that can change what FOV is like. The distance of your eyes, how far countersunk into their head they are, there's all these variables, but this should give everyone a pretty good benchmark to be able to run from. Now, please like and subscribe, share these videos with all your crazy friends. I cannot thank all the viewers and the subscribers so far enough. Without your support, Pimax would never have reached out and sent me that headset to review, so thank you. Honestly, I am so grateful. Also, these are honest reviews. You are only going to get my genuine feedback on what I think of the headset. So if I say that the blacks are good, the colours pop, things are looking great, they truly are from my perspective. And that's why I've been honest about the face shape with the headset. I don't think we should shy away from this stuff. Let's be honest in these reviews, tell people what I'm experiencing. The fact that my face shape and width of my head means that I'm getting a bit of light bleed, who cares? You can mod the headset and then the thing is working awesome. So let's talk about that stuff so the community knows what's going on. Again, I've got an affiliate link, which is amazing. I put that in the previous video. If you purchase a Pimax headset from watching my video because you're happy with what I've given you and you want to purchase it, I'll actually get a little bit of a kickback, which helps me grow this channel. So thank you so much to everyone, and let's get into the test. Right, FOV, let's go. First one we're going to do is vertical. We'll jump straight in. All right. I can still just see the bottom red dot. I can't see the top dot anymore. Bring it back in, there's the top dot. I'll tell you when I lose that. I pretty much lost the top dot now, but I can still see the bottom dot. I can still see the bottom if I just look straight ahead. Wow, isn't that bizarre? So if I try and look down at the dot, it goes away, but if I just continue looking at the red dot, which is what you're meant to do, yeah. I just lose it at 100. Righto. Let's now jump into the horizontal. Okay, we're at 96. Must be alignment of the headset just slightly, because I can still see the right, but I've lost the left. Let me just give that an ever slight little adjustment. There we go. Wow. Yep, we're there. 102, I lose the right and the left. So that's perfectly aligned. 102. I can see it, and now it's gone. I can see it, and now it's gone. So we're somewhere between 100 and 102 for horizontal. Man, that's pretty cool. There we go. So for me, 100 and 102. Just remember though that for the vertical, I lost the top dot at about the, oh gosh, what was it? It was just sort of cracking over the 80s there. So, but definitely looking ahead, the bottom dot, man, that went all the way to 100. Right, Quest 3 time, let's go. And I've put a battery on the back, not that I really needed it for this, but I thought it's only fair to weight the headset exactly the same as I normally use it. So we're going to jump into the the vertical FOV. Right, let's go. So I'll tell you when I lose the top dot, because I'm going to lose that first. Yep, I've lost the top dot. Oh no. Yep, I've just lost the top dot. And so now we are going for the bottom dot. There you go, just lost the bottom dot. So that's a very interesting test, isn't it? That's just gone in at 108 for me, losing the bottom dot. Let's go back, yeah, bottom dot's there, and we're at 108. Okay, so let's jump out of this one, and we're going to jump into the horizontal. Okay, let's pump her up. Just make sure that this is aligned. Yeah, not quite aligned there, so let me just get that headset nicely aligned. There we go, I can see both lines. Okay, I've just lost the left, so that mustn't be quite straight. There we go. Yeah, I can see them both. Okay, and I've lost them both. And they're back. So there we go. I'm sitting at 106 for the Quest 3. Right, we've got a bit of a wild card. I thought it would be amiss of me if I didn't put in the Studio Forms face gasket for the Pimax Crystal Lite. There's a couple of variables that are going to give you FOV. Lens, how that can actually provide that image to your eyes, but also panel size. You're only going to be able to get so much FOV regardless of how close your eyes can get to the lens, but it would be amiss of me not to have put that in and give us one more set of results. All right, jumping back in, Pimax Crystal Lite. This time we're running the Studio Form face gasket. Let's go in. Okay, here we go. And I actually don't mind the face gasket from Pimax. But, okay, I'm about to lose the top dot. Now bear in mind, we lose the top dot quite early in the piece with the Quest 3. Yeah, so I'm losing it at 86. Gone. Bottom dot I can still see. Still see it. Can still see it. And that's where I lose it. I can still just see just a scratch of it. Yeah, 104. Okay, that's where we are for the Pimax Crystal Lite with the Studio Form face gasket. 104 for vertical. Right, now let's jump into horizontal FOV. Oh, 104. That is just where it disappears. I mean, we're splitting hairs here. I'd be happy to stop at 102, but you can just see a scratch of it. I reckon if there was a 103, it'd be that. So there you go. Let's call it 103, even though it says 104, because there isn't a 103, and that's where I'm at for the horizontal FOV. Hands down, Studio Form face gasket is going to give you that extra push. I'm actually blown away with those results. Wow, some very interesting results indeed. I think without a shadow of a doubt, the Pimax Crystal Light beats it by not a huge margin, but a margin. And it is noticeable. When you put it on, I think the results, certainly with the studio form gasket, paints the correct picture. I feel like I'm getting a very even box to be looking through. The Quest 3 seems to give you a bit more of a, not a rounded view, but it's still really good. It's just the studio form gasket really just gave me that, I guess, that clean, even display. Interesting, 104 for both. It was a margin of a whisker, so really it was about 103 for horizontal, and bearing in mind you lose that top dot in the vertical quite early on in the piece, which is interesting. Interestingly though, the Quest 3, you lose it much sooner, so yeah, it's strange. Anyway, there's the results. Let's get into the roundup. All right, there is my first impressions of the Pimax Crystal Light. This headset has not disappointed. With some of those basic mods I touched on earlier, this headset is incredibly comfortable. I'm not adjusting it anywhere near as much as I would normally a headset, and it is beautiful to look through. The resolution is so crystal clear. It's a real struggle to try and demonstrate it through the video because you're not getting what we're actually seeing. But this headset has my vote. It is beautiful, crystal resolution, no pun intended, and local dimming. Man, that is a huge feature. Do not let that go missed. Local dimming is beautiful. If you've got a really good monitor, gaming monitor, you're already experiencing really good blacks out of that monitor. And at the end of the day, this headset is delivering the shadows, the lighting, actually seeing those contrasts and the blacks. I cannot express enough how important that is. So if you're looking at getting this headset, do not miss the fact that the blacks are beautiful. I like that you can adjust that local dimming slider. I've got mine set on the 3rd highest, and for me, it still lets enough light through and still gives me those contrasting colors. So I love that you can customize that. Couple of things I've done here. We've got the Velcro on the back that I showed in the video earlier. I'm also running these little key fobs here that get these from a local stationery shop, I'm sure, but they just restrain there with a little bit of Velcro. And then I've got some ceiling hooks up there so that you can sling that up. And then as you're moving around, that's keeping the cable out of the way. There are some companies that do some dedicated kits for that. Now, something that lots of people have been commenting on is delivery times. People are concerned about how long it's taken to get their headsets. There is some news that's just come out. I actually got an email, can you believe it, yesterday. And what's yesterday to everyone in the world? Yesterday is Friday in Australia. So that's actually, what was that, the 30th, I think it was? Yeah, that would have been the 30th. Friday, the 30th of August. And Pimax have just sent out saying, for orders placed before August the 20th, delivery will be completed within 15 working days. For orders placed after August the 20th, delivery will be completed within 4 to 5 weeks. They're aware of the freight and delay issues. They're working on it. So, hey, at least they're telling everyone about it. So if you haven't got your headset yet and you fit within those categories, it's going to be coming really soon. And they've even stated that they're doing stuff certainly for Australia logistics and New Zealand to be able to improve delivery times so that their freight and logistics network is working better. And we've got local support. There's a company, VR Zone, and if we've got any issues, that's where we've got some local support from. So I've got to give it to Pimax. They are doing the sort of stuff that we're asking for, and yeah, we can't take that away from them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We've got more good stuff coming up. We've got DCS, we've got, gosh, we're going to try Cyberpunk. We're even going to try Star Citizen, plus Elite Dangerous. We've got some car racing games, so there's plenty more good content coming. However long they let me hold on to this headset for, I will keep on pumping these videos out. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.